What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having an amazing Monday evening. I wanted to do this video because I wanted to talk about personal accountability. And this personal accountability is related to the excuses one and we all might have in a number of circumstances. And in this context is about building or getting started or doing something new at all. And the reason I want to talk about this is because while we all have excuses on why things don't happen and can't get done, and we all have personal experiences that cloud our ability to do things in life, which makes sense, understood. But the world does not owe those things that have happened to you an understanding of why things can't get done in your life, in your own personal life. And this is an important point. This is a very important point. The world does not owe myself an understanding of what happened in my past that will prohibit me, or should I say, that will stop me or prevent me from moving forward. And a lot of these scenarios are very real for a lot of people, which is why it's a very touchy subject. A number of things in our lifetime are going to happen to us over and over again. You may start off on a setback that's just too far compared to the next person. You may be sick, your parents might be sick, your dog may have died. And all these scenarios may be very real. But the harsh reality that I hate even saying is that nobody cares. We care, but not that much. And that's harsh because I speak for myself on that as well. Nobody cares about what stops me from doing what I want to do or what I tell them that I'm going to do. Nobody actually gives a shit. Nobody cares. And they don't owe my situation an understanding. They don't owe it. Because in reality, they have their own stuff going on. Everybody has their own shit going on in their life. And for a number of reasons, that shit that they have going on in their life won't stop them from doing it. So it's very hard and difficult when other people hear a ton of excuses on why certain things can't get done, or why somebody can't get started, or why somebody can't just do what they said they're going to do. And enough of that, it becomes the boy or woman who cried wolf, and it becomes exhausting to listen to. So we need to shift. A part of this was in the book that I wrote, the Zero Mindset. This was in the beginning part of the book where I tried to lay the most practical, optimistic base for people to move forward on when starting or restarting anything from zero, whether it's a business or whether it's a project or a new chapter in their life. And right after that establishment of what I hope to be an optimistic base for somebody to move forward on, I also try my best to create an excuseless path forward for people, for their own personal life, not from my standpoint. And that path develops a mind shift in that nobody cares, and the only thing that we and you can care about going forward is, are they getting done? And once you realize that nobody owes your experiences and your life and the things that have happened to you an understanding on why you can't do something, you start to you are forced to take the personal accountability and responsibility. Once you realize you're not going to get any sympathy from anybody for the reasons that things aren't happening in your life. Once you realize that the sympathy has run out of the cup, there is no more to give, then, only then, you can actually start to say, you know what, this is on me. This is on the way I see this. Why are these legit excuses to me when somebody else has already overpassed those things that have happened in their life and done better for themselves, or started building with much less than I'm complaining about? Only once that point happens, you can start to take, this is my accountability for everything. It's my accountability for everything. Not that what happens to me, I don't need to be held accountable for, but how I respond to what happens to me, I am 100% responsible for. And that is the shift that needs to take place when starting, restarting, building, translating, or just transitioning at any part of your life to do anything that you should be held responsible for, that you own, that you should own, because it's your life now. Let's not forget that at that point. You know, when these excuses naturally come up in us, it is not that these other people are living their lives with you, and they're not that invested in your life. They're not that invested in your life, therefore they're not that invested in these excuses either. Because we all got stories. We all have our own shit, that's why. Everybody got their own shit going on in their life. And when I did this video because I really wanted to hit the nail on the head about holding responsibility for the things and the way that you deal with things in your life, for the past that has hit you in the face 10 times, for the things that you deem unfair. Yes, they may be unfair, but how are you dealing with that? Is that the reason you're not going to do things? When life happens to you, is that just the reason you feel the need to not do something? These are not good excuses. They are excuses, but they're not good ones in the realm of an outcome. They're not good excuses in the realm of the marketplace. And they're damn sure not good excuses in the realm of your own personal development and your own personal success. So if we could just learn a little bit better to shift our idea of what happens to us to our own responsibility. Take the ownership. Wave the hand. This is mine. I don't need to tell him. This doesn't need to prevent me from doing something. It sucks that it happens to you. And it sucks because that is life. And people got their own shit. So this happens on a daily basis to people. And it sucks. Absolutely. But it's something you have to actually now own. Take responsibility over if you want to progress in that area. And part of this will give an excuseless mindset that you can actually move forward on. Because if you actually just start taking responsibility for yourself, there are no more excuses besides the fact that you didn't do it. And then you get to hold yourself personally accountable for these things. You now hold responsibility for why things don't happen. And with that comes a tremendous power and weight off the shoulders. You no longer have to be in prison to the things that happen to you. You no longer have to take the back seat of why people are not doing things. You can actually now take the accountability and figure out if you want to do something or if you don't want to do something. I hope this was helpful and impactful. Made with good intention, made with love. This was in the first, it was a little bit past the introduction, the Zero Mindset. I hope you guys really like it. I hope you enjoy that part, because it is a very important part when building something, I say from zero, but it's just, it's such an important aspect to develop that mindset before you even get started on anything. You can't get started unless you've learned to take the accountability for things that have happened to you in your life, or the way you act to them, the way you respond to those things. Because if you do not, everything you can see going forward, you can use an excuse for, and you can justify as an excuse. Made with love. Love y'all.